town called, in a region called Galilee, where Luke chapter 4, verse 14. And Jesus returned to Galilee filled with the Holy Spirit's power. Now you got to understand, Galilee is this really interesting area. It's kind of on the north part of Judea. It's about 50 miles north to south and 25 miles east to west. It's not terribly huge. The word Galilee comes from a root word that means basically circle, because it was encircled by non-Jewish nations. So it was an incredible place where all kinds of new ideas would filter in there before they came down into the rest of Judea. These were the progressive thinkers. These were the people that were non-traditional people. They were people of the earth, good, hard-working people, but they were non-traditional thinkers. It was an incredibly fertile land. There were a lot of people. The population density was huge. There was, Josephus, Jewish historian, said there were 204 villages or towns, none with a population less than 15,000 people in each town. So do the math on that. In 50 feet wide by 25, or 50 feet north to south, 25 feet wide, there's about 3 million people. Okay? Population is dense. It's a lot of people. All right, so surrounded by other areas, so this is a place where, like I said, stuff happened very, very quickly. Josephus says that they were fond of innovations and by nature disposed to changes and delighted in sedition or uprisings. They were ever ready to follow a leader who would begin an insurrection. They were quick and temperate, given to quarreling. Okay? So there's this interesting group of people. They're very ready for change. They're ready for new ideas, non-traditional at the same time. They're light them off. They're going to get ticked off pretty quick. They're a lot like the experiences, I think about it. So then in verse 14, then Jesus returned to Galilee filled with the Holy Spirit's power. Okay? Now, you got to understand here something. Jesus is being driven by the Holy Spirit. This is not just Jesus waking up in the morning going, okay, I'm God, I'm going to go do this. He's still in complete reliance to the Father through the Holy Spirit living inside of him. That's the God, part of the Godhead that is living and working among us, right? So the Spirit is driving him even at this point. This is the same Spirit that in Acts 1:8, Jesus said, wait in Jerusalem, and you're going to be filled with the Holy Spirit, and you're going to go out and be my witnesses because of the power of the Holy Spirit. It's the same Holy Spirit that drives you and I that was driving Jesus. Jesus isn't living in some different realm than you and I. He's living in the same realm that we are, with the same power that we have available to us, the same driving force that's available to us. The Holy Spirit is leading Jesus, the same Holy Spirit that's promised to us. You'll be my witnesses, he says in Acts, after you receive power from the Holy Spirit. We live in an era where the Holy Spirit has come. We're post-Pentecost. The Pentecost was the day when the Holy Spirit fell. We are at that place that now the Spirit of God is active and moving among us. The fact that you're here is testimony of the Holy Spirit, because even the ability to start to say, hey, I want something from God, means that the Holy Spirit is moving on you, because you and I, by our very nature, are at war and against God. So the fact that you're even having even remote God thoughts, because you may be here drugged by a friend who coerced you and put you in a headlock. You know, the fact that you're having some kind of God thoughts means that the Holy Spirit is pulling on you. Doesn't override your will, but he's pulling on you, okay? So Jesus returned to Galilee, filled with the Holy Spirit's power. Reports about him spread quickly through the whole region. He taught regularly in their synagogues and was praised by everyone. Hometown boy comes back to Galilee. Nazareth is in Galilee. Hometown boy comes back, and whoa, what happened in a couple months? This guy's a preacher. Whoa, this is amazing.